So this video, I wanted to show you my setup for my 2024 work planner. Now, I thought that I was going to use something like a Hobonichi Weeks kind of planner. But, you know, I started over the weekend. I started going through my stash. And you guys, I found my Notiq vegan leather ring planner. And, you know, I used to be on a couple years ago, I used to be on the ring kick. You know, just fear of missing out, wanting to try everything new. So I was like, this is just too beautiful of a planner to be sitting in a dust bag in the closet on a shelf. So I pulled it out, and I just wanted to come on here and show you what I've put together. It's not fancy because it's a work planner. It's mainly going to be used to keep track of my hours, my PTO, holidays, days off, my pay, and what else? And my meeting notes, because we have a meeting every week. I work from home, so we have to meet every week with our supervisor as a group, and then we actually have one-on-ones. So I thought this would be a nice place to keep all of that housed. And another good thing about the ring planners, they lay flat, so you don't have to worry about marking your place, even though I do have a page marker in this one. But once you open it, it will lay flat throughout the whole day, and that's the beauty of it. And I thought that I would give it a try. Just one more try. So let me show you what's inside. I had to step off and pull over my my high chair so I can see what's going on. I have two chairs in here. One that's pretty low, and then one that I can adjust and it raises up a little higher, so that way I can see if I'm in frame and if I'm not in frame. And excuse the lighting, it is dark here. It is like 5:26 here in North Carolina, and it is dark outside. So, like I said, we have it housed here in this Notiq vegan leather planner. I purchased it, I think, about 2 years ago, and it was quite expensive. So, well, it depends on what you think of as expensive in the planner world. You know, we buy planners for between $30 and $50, so you add on about $30, $40 more for a cover. I guess it's not all that expensive, but didn't like seeing it on the shelf, so I pulled it out. So when you open it up, I think I've shown this cutie before, but I decided to laminate her. And it's going to be so nice to open up this planner every day and see her smiling face. And then in the pocket over here, I have this. It's just like a pocket deco card, and it has that marble print on it, and it's from Fancy Plans. So I've just got that back. There's a background for her. And then this was a card, I believe, that came with the Notiq planner when I bought it. And it says, "Stay classy, darling." And so, you know, you always want to be professional and present your best self when you're at work. So I thought that that was a good reminder. And then on the back, I just put one of the little doll deco girls from Go Mine & Coco, and this little sticker here that I got from the Dollar Tree. It says, "Work it like a boss." So pretty cute there. And I don't want too much deco in here because it's a work planner. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to sit on my desk. This here is nothing fancy. Actually, it was a calendar that I printed off one of the freebie printables from Plan.adayshay, and it was just a scrap that I had left over. So I decided to just make it kind of stick out of this pocket for some deco, just to make it look a little cute. And then I have these, I guess you call them number dots or number flags or date flags. But I purchased these from Amazon, and you get the entire year. And they're on that matte washi sticker paper. So they're pretty much translucent to a certain point where they kind of melt into the page. And I like that they're already numbered with the day and the month, but there's no actual day of the week on them. So you can use them whenever. So I stuck those in here just in case I need to pull them out, because the one thing I did have to do was go through and redate this planner. And I'm getting ready to tell you why in just a minute. So that's in there. And then this is just a translucent divider that I got from Cloth and Paper. And then this here was, I think it was just a regular piece of poster board. And then I just added some deco from Gold Mining Cocoa. Actually, this came from one of her calendars. And the images for each month were so cute. So instead of throwing away the entire calendar, I cut out the images that were on the calendar, and I kept them, and I've had them for about a year. So this one fit the occasion, because it's like, okay, I work from home. My desk is pretty much set up the same way as hers. I do have a bulletin board over by my work desk. I do have plants, and I don't have the heels. No heels for working at home. But, you know, it's like you're opening up your laptop, getting ready to go to work. So I thought that would be cute to add in. And then what I did was laminated it, and I hole punched it. And this is some more deco from that calendar. So I just cut out the images and then kept them. So they finally came in handy. Perfect, perfect. And these coffee splotches are from designer Chameleon. Then this dash here is from Cloth and Paper. This is old. This is probably 2.5 years old, but it's just a reminder how to digitally declutter like your space or whatever. So it has things that you need to do daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. And then this here was a dashboard from Stick with Katie. And it's like a woman, you know, grabbing her purse, getting ready to go into work. She's got her boots on, got her coat on. Even though I don't know if these boots would be appropriate for an office job, if you were actually going into work. But I thought it was cute. And then this back here, I just kind of slid it into a pocket. This is from, I think, either Carpe Diem or Agenda 52. It was one of their dashboards, and I just cut off the tab and just stuck it in there. This here is also from Stick with Katie, and it's just some affirmations, some positive affirmations, you know, to get me through the day, through my work day. She is smart, she is fearless, she is confident, she is limitless, and she is capable. So just some affirmations to look at before I start my day. And then now we get to all of the kind of like scrapbook, well, not scrapbooking, but the different elements that I took from the different planners. Okay, so this here is, well, let me rewind. The entire bulk or the main portion of this planner came from an Erin Condren planner that I bought, and it came in, it was like a bundle. It was a bundle for 2022 and 2023. So since we're out of both of those years, I decided to redate it and to use it because I like the format that it provides, and it's more conducive to a business type planner and not necessarily a personal, you know, kind of planner for your life. So this was one of the pages, and it says a goal is a dream. So I have a place to list my work goals, and then I also have space for action steps. Like I know in 2024 I want to be promoted to a higher position, like a management type position. So I could document that here, document what steps I'm going to take to get there. And then this is also an insert from Cloth and Paper. It says, I came, I saw, I conquered, which will fall in line with my goals as well. This is also an insert from, well, this is an insert from Notiq, and it gives, actually, if you can see that there, it gives you a 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, 1 year plan, and then what reward are you going to give yourself for reaching those goals. And you guys, for those of you that have ring planners, I've heard sometimes that people complain that these rings get loose and then their inserts start slipping out. One thing that you can do to prevent that from happening is, instead of always opening up your rings or pulling them apart, take your inserts and slit them. Just cut them. Don't cut through the hole, but cut so that you enter the hole, and then just pop it in like a happy planner insert. And that'll keep your rings tight and sturdy. This here was an inbox insert from Cloth and Paper, and all I did was take pockets and then take just some different cards that I made myself. Well, this is from Planner Press. What I did was I laminated them and just stuck them in there, and then added this little deco here, which is from, I think, Sandy's Paper Shack or something. And then some little Cloth and Paper sticky notes. And then this page here is a list of to-dos. Now, I don't really know what I might have to do at work, but it may be something as far as like future of what I have to do. Like if I have to do a self-evaluation, or if I have to do a presentation, I can document that here, and it's up front. It's behind my inbox, so I know that it needs to get done, and then there's a space here where I can check that off when it's complete. And I have a couple of those pages. This insert here was from Cloth and Paper again, and all I did was take one of the tabs from somewhere, I don't even know where, and then the printed insert, the printed sticker here is from Live Love Posh. And then this is a vellum from Stick with Katie, and it's Manifestations. manifesting what you want. Speak it into existence. So I'm going to manifest the love I want, manifest the finances I want, manifest the career I want, the peace I want, and the life I want. And I think that's important when we start looking at our work goals in relation to how they affect our personal life goals and how everything comes full circle and how it all intertwines. So that's a good page to have there. And then this is an insert from Notiq, and it says plans. These aren't actual plans. It's more like my calendar. So, and I can't get rid of this because if I take it off, it's going to rip the dashboard. So it's going to have to stay. Planning is my passion. So it is. So I'm not going to get rid of that. So it's going to stay. This here I printed off from Plan with B. And it is a freebie. And what I did was I printed it on some heavy, well, not really heavy cardstock, but it's kind of sturdy. And so it has my 2024 year at a glance. And it has some pretty florals up there. And then on the back, it has the 2024 holiday schedule. So all the things you need to know prior to like planning for vacations or, you know, days off and things like that. This insert here, actually this was a piece of acetate, printed acetate from Fancy Plans, and it was done, I think this was in her shop like 2 or 3 years ago, but you could get your word of the year, or she had like pre-formatted words that you could get on the acetate. And I got a couple. I think I got Simplify, Balance, and something else. So because the ink was starting to rub off, I just ran it through my laminating machine so that, you know, the ink will stay and I don't have to reorder that. And while I was running it through the laminating machine, my dog's stray hairs got on it. So it just adds a little character to it. But I decided to put the word balance in there because you need to have an even distribution of weight to remain upright and steady, meaning be stable. Balance your work life with your personal life. Okay, and this is just a blank, well, it's like just a blank dash. And so this here, I took some grid paper that I received in a cloth and paper subscription. And here I want to track like the days that I take PTO and then the days that I work overtime. So over here I have the days of the month numbered 1 through 31. And then down here at the bottom, I have the months of the year numbered. So any day during, let's say, the month of January, if I take PTO on that day, whether it's planned or not, I can just put an X in that box, or I can just highlight it or do whatever. And then on the days that I work overtime, I can do the same thing. So this helps me also to keep track and to kind of know how many days that I am actually physically at work and being productive versus, you know, the days when I'm just taking off doing nothing. And it kind of helps you keep track of not taking too many days at a certain time. And it will also track a trend. Like, I know during the summer, people tend to take more PTO, and whether they call out because they're sick or they just want a mental health day. I think this is a good way to visually see and to hold yourself accountable. On the back here, on the back of that page, it's that same grid, but what I did was I sectioned it into quarters. So with this page, what I want to do is I want to keep track of my career achievements. So I can see exactly what happened in what quarter and what month. So if I got a promotion, I could write the date, and then I could write, oh, got a promotion. You know, just different things. So that's just to highlight my achievements. Okay, so now we're going to get into the Erin Condren portion of it. So, like I said, she had this bundle. It was for 2 years, and I didn't use it. So I didn't want to throw it away because the paper is really heavy, really nice paper. And I just didn't want to trash it. So what I did was I just took the inserts, and for this one, because it had something, for this one, it only had 1 page of January because I had to throw away a back page because it was written on. So I had to take a Carpe Diem blank page that I had, and I had to kind of redate it for January. So what I can do here on these pages is just notate my paydays and holidays, or days that my office is closed and I don't have to report to work. That's mainly what I want to use this for. And then we get into like the actual daily planning. This was also one of those prints that was on the Gold Mine and Cocoa calendar, and I didn't want to throw it away. So mindset is everything. We're starting a new year, so you know, I thought that was just perfect. This here is just a little bookmark, and I believe it came in a Carpe Diem or an Agenda 52 bundle, and I just took it out, and it kind of sticks out the top. Not too far, but I can just flip, you know, to my day without having to, you know, turn all these tabs and things. Okay, so here, and I didn't like slit these because I want these to stay in. I don't want them to be loose. So what I did was I went through, and some of the days already had like Monday. You know, of course, we start to work on Monday. So what I did was I just went over it with a with my Tombow, took that date out, and then I used those calendar stickers that I showed you previously to renumber. Now I do, you see this says January 2002. So what I have to do on each day is just stick maybe like a sticker or a flower or whatever. I didn't want to just white it out, but I've got to find some way to go through all these pages because it's like that on every page. And so as you can see here, I think my lighting just went. Let me see if I can brighten you guys up a little bit so you can see. Is that better? I hope so. So as you can see here, it has a time. It's a timed format. So it starts at 6 in the morning and goes through 7 at night. I start work at 7 and I get off at 3:30. So this is perfect. And then the days that I need to work overtime, I still have extra space here. So basically what I'll do is notate like meetings. Down here, I have to keep track of like the work that I touch. So I'll keep those stats down there. How many like medical records I review and all that stuff. So I'll keep track of that down there. And then if there's anything like specific that I need to do, it will go here and then I can check it off. And so I decided to do Monday through Friday. And so here's where I had the problem. Because these calendars go Sunday through Saturday or Monday through Sunday. So what I had to do I wasted 2 pages there because that's a Saturday and Sunday. So I have to clip those together. And then it starts over on Monday. So I had to kind of like white out the wrong day and then use those stickers. So it's like that throughout the whole calendar, Monday through Friday. There are no weekends here. And then when I get to the end, normally I would just have a blank spot because I ran out of pages. I had to kind of split these to add the remaining days of January. And then it goes into February. And then I had to do, this calendar is actually one of the calendars that was in the Erin Condren set. And so what I did was I went through and I whited out all the incorrect holidays. And then I just renumbered. And how I renumbered, I'm just using sticky, I'm just using date dots from my stash. You know, whatever I have laying around. This here, this is how all of the calendars started off. So here, what I plan to do is just write down maybe things that are coming up at work for that month. Maybe I could write my holidays here. Like, this is like your at a glance, kind of like currently page, if you were actually like planning in a decorative planner. So there's space to put whatever you need. Maybe you've got doctor's appointments or things like that, or you put in a request for time off or blah, 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 blah. You know, just things like that. And so once again, I'm going through and I'm redating. As you can see, nothing's really uniform. I'm just using what I had in my stash to help me redate the calendar. And then same thing. All the way through May. So then when we get to the back, I have this section here. It's just for notes. So what I plan on doing here is keeping like my meeting notes when we have meetings. Okay, and then at the back, you know how sometimes like when you have a ring planner and you close it and the pages kind of curl into the rings? I put that bookmark there because, one, if I need to draw lines, I have a bookmark, a straight edge there. And then it also keeps the pages from like going into that crack and like curling. And so here I have a Notiq notepad. Fits really nice. And then we have some pockets here. This is just a couple of journaling cards. Probably will never use them, but they just look so pretty there. And I have another pocket and a pen loop. So I have January through May already figured out. So I was thinking, am I going to stay in this when it comes May, or do I want to switch over to the Erin Condren folio that I took all of that stuff out of? And I'll show you. So this is the folio. The Erin Condren folio, and it's a pretty champagne color. So it has tons of pocket space. And so you see I have June through December here, which I will actually have to go in and redate like I did January through May. So this is what I'm thinking about. Well, not what I'm thinking about, because you know what? I've used up some stickers and I wasted, well, I didn't waste. Let's not say waste. I didn't waste any time, but I took a lot of time putting the stickers together so that this would be ready to go come January the 2nd, because you know January the 1st is on a Monday and I won't be working on that day. So I wanted it ready to go, and I didn't want to have any anxiety about it. I didn't want to be fumbling around figuring out what I was going to use for a work planner. So I'm really glad that, you know, I have it already set up to go. If I change my mind and I don't want to use it because I just don't want to, I already have set up another smaller planner. But I just feel like I need to use this. I mean, why have things that you're not going to use? So I'm going to use it. It's not going to be as decorative as my memory planner and my everyday carry planner. It's mainly for work. So have you guys set up your work planners? What are you thinking about using? Are you going small? Are you going rings? Are you going book bound? I mean, what are your thoughts? What do you think some of the advantages and disadvantages are of the different planners for work? I'd be interested. Let's start a conversation below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you found something useful in this video. If you have any questions, comments, put them below. See you next time. Bye-bye.